Okay. Picture this. You have a brilliant idea that you really want to execute on, right? So then you plan it out, you gather all of the materials, you kind of basically do what you need to do in order to do this one thing. And then you set a deadline for yourself, like, I'm going to do this next Tuesday. So then Tuesday comes around, and then you realize you just haven't done the thing. Even with all of the preparation that you have done, there's just a reason that you couldn't get to the thing that you wanted to do. So you say, all right, I will remember to do the things that I set out to do, and I will execute next Tuesday. You go about your week and you do think about it once or twice, but then life gets in the way, work gets a little busy, the following Tuesday rolls around, and then it's like, oh my God, next Tuesday. So the next Tuesday rolls around, and does this sound familiar to you? This has been my experience when it comes to creating this video, and actually when it comes to a lot of things in my life. There have been a lot of reasons why I've been putting off the things that I say that I'm going to do. Today, one of them is the fact that I have COVID, but I told myself I was going to start working on really keeping the promises that I say to myself. So here we are in my black robe, pretty sick, but we're gonna push forward and continue making this video because this is something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. There are 3 reasons why I tend to get in my own damn way. The first 2 are kind of related, and the third one, we'll get to it. The first one would be just that I have fear. I literally have fear of judgment of other people, of my family, of myself. The second reason is that I hold really high standards for myself, and I think it's because of that fear, right? I don't allow myself to basically fail at anything. I don't allow myself to become a beginner at anything, and therefore I don't allow myself to take that one step that will get me closer to whatever goal that I have or whatever thing that I want to do. So I just end up never doing it. I grew up watching creators like Sophia Chang, Whaley, Wong Fu Productions, Claire Marshall, and many others, and sometimes I get stuck comparing myself to them. I get too hyperfixated on the way that they color grade, how crisp their audio is, which, by the way, this mic is off, but I'm just doing this because it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. Their cinematic shots and many other things that I could really compare myself to. But when I do this, I often overlook the fact that they too probably went through a period of their art where it wasn't so great and it was probably a little shitty. There's probably a period of time where their colors didn't match or their audio wasn't so crisp, or especially for these YouTubers who have been around for a really long time, their camera quality wasn't even the greatest. The point is that we all start at level 1. One of my favorite things to do whenever I get a little bit discouraged, I will go to their YouTube page and I'll go to their videos and sort by oldest, and I will scroll through, or sometimes I'll even watch like the very old videos that they had in order to remind myself that we all start at level 1, everybody starts somewhere, and sometimes the content that you start with isn't even what you end up with, but you will never get to point B if you never start at point A. The third reason why I haven't really accomplished my goals and why I haven't really pushed forward with this content creation thing is just life. Life kind of just lives. In the past 3 years, I've gone through a lot of life milestones, some of which I have successfully posted here on YouTube. If you guys have seen my most recent videos, I bought a house with my fiance at the time, husband now, and then I started posting a little bit about my wedding content. So there's just been a lot that's happened within the past 3 years. I moved, got engaged, planned a wedding, got married, bought a house, moved again, and there's just a lot. And all of those reasons are very valid as to why I haven't had the time to sit down and kind of show up for myself in the way that I want to creatively. And I give myself a little bit of grace on that one because, you know, sometimes, like I said, life just kind of happens and there are a lot of things that you can't control when it comes to that. And I'm trying not to beat myself up too hard about that one, but it is important to recognize that that's one of the reasons why I haven't been able to do what I want to do. But the important thing is to move past that and to know that even though life gets really busy, you can always continue to move forward and make time for the things that you want to do. You see, I've had this grand dream of becoming a successful YouTuber, and let's talk about what a successful YouTuber is for a second. And I know it's different for everybody. My current metric for success when it comes to YouTube is to have 100 published videos that I've done consistently because it's just something that I haven't been able to do. So if I can do it, if I can achieve that, then to me, I would have already achieved success on YouTube. So to give you guys a little bit of a backstory of how long this kind of goal of mine has been in the back of my head, I actually started to try to take a stab at content creation in high school. And even a little bit before that, I have very, very old videos here on YouTube that I still have private. I used to carry a camera around all the time. I would think of ways to put vlogs together, what kind of shots I wanted to take, and how to make it more cinematic. Then I just kind of became insecure about everything, the way I spoke, what type of content I wanted to create. And until one day I kind of just dropped it and was like, you know, what's the point? This isn't important anyway. But this urge, this desire to tap into my creativity never went away. So in my early 20s, I decided again to take a stab at content creation. And I told myself I was going to buy a vlogging camera, dedicate time and energy into honing into this craft, discovering more about why I love doing this in the first place. And I was gonna continue documenting my life, sharing what I've learned, creating a community of like-minded people. Like I just wanted to do all of the YouTube things. And I did do that. I did successfully start doing that in 2021. I started putting out more vlogs. I started to make friends in the content creation space. And then again, life just got really busy and content creation kind of took a back seat in everything that I was doing. So in my efforts to try to get my momentum back, I've decided to do Vlogmas once again, although with a twist. The first time I did Vlogmas, I did every other day, which put me at 12 videos for the month of December. But this time, I'm not gonna do seasonal content like the traditional Vlogmas. I'm simply going to make it a goal for myself to make at least 8 videos for the month of December. And I'm going to challenge myself to make anything and everything. And if you resonated with what I was talking about in the beginning of this video, that you're the type of person who will set out to do what you wanna do, will set a goal for yourself, but you never quite get to the point of actually executing it, I encourage you to do this with me. The point is just to get messy and just to get scrappy. I saw this picture the other day on Instagram that said, in order to create something exceptional, you have to create something shitty first. So this is us creating something shitty first in order to get to that exceptional video or thing or creation that we're setting out to do. When I saw that picture, I felt so called out. I was like, okay, I really just need to move the needle forward. But the other motivation for me when it comes to getting back into content creation and allowing myself to be a beginner is the first season of How I Met Your Mother. Now, my husband and I started rewatching the show, and if you don't watch How I Met Your Mother, you don't have to watch it to understand this reference, but you just need to know that it's a TV show, it is a sitcom that was created back in like 2006 or something. Typically, the way TV shows go is that you need to have a successful first season before you get renewed, and then you have a successful second season. And I'm pretty sure that's still how it is, especially for like Netflix shows and Amazon Prime, Hulu, and all of those other platforms. But basically the point is that you have to have a successful season 1 first before getting renewed for season 2, 3, 4, and so on. So when we first started watching How I Met Your Mother, I believe now we're on season 4 or 5, I realized that season 2 or 3 is when they started to have guest stars. They had Britney Spears, Mandy Moore, Kim Kardashian also popped up in like one of the not season 1 seasons of How I Met Your Mother. But guess what? Season 1 of the show, they had no guest stars. It was just the main cast and the supporting side characters, which means that the writers, the directors, everybody who was part of the production of the show needed to have a successful first season before they can move on and be a little bit more bold in season 2 and 3 and so forth, with raunchier jokes, having guest stars, and just being a little bit more spicy with the content that they put out on TV. This is how I want to approach my content creation. Right now I am on season 1, just getting scrappy, putting out whatever content feels good to me, what inspires me, and then in season 2 or 3 maybe I get a little bit more bold. Maybe I can start spicing up my editing a little bit more, brand collaborations or what have you. I have the tendency to overthink things and want everything to be perfect all at once. So making it a goal for myself that season 1 is just putting out content, I feel like is a really good way to go. Now, not to say I'm not gonna have fun with it. That's kind of one of the most important parts of this, is to have fun. But I'm just gonna narrow it down a little bit. Gonna narrow down my goals a little bit so that my growth doesn't get stunted. And when it comes to actually creating a video, I'm not overthinking like, okay, well, the color grading isn't good, the composition isn't good, the audio isn't good. The point is just to get the video out there. You know, all of this is for nothing if I don't ever put it out. So here I am. So with all of that said, welcome to this new season of my content creation. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to follow along on this journey, and let me know in the comments if this resonated with you at all. As always, thank you guys for allowing me to share my life with you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.